Cool. Why'd you kick?
What you talking about, bro? Let's get it, man.
All right, you let me back in. Cool. Why'd you kick me the first time?
You ain't making no sense.
All right, well, let's. I had to sit down at my computer, man, because, like, you got all these posts that you say you got from NASA, but, like, you take things out of context. So I want to read to your.
Jack, Jack, just because you can't find what I'm able to find, Jack, you cannot say or
Oh,
come
no,
up
I
to me
found
and
it.
place any claims behind it being not what it is, Jack, when it's literally right there on NASA.gov,
Yeah,
Jack.
yeah, I'm here. Yeah, NASA.gov. I'm here, actually. So I would like to read to your people what the magnetosphere is and exactly how far it extends out in space, because you claim that we haven't been to the moon because we haven't left the magnetosphere.
Jack, it's 40,000 miles, Jack.
Okay, let's start here. What is Earth's magnetosphere? It's a part of a dynamic, interconnected system that responds to solar, planetary, and interstellar conditions. It is generated by the convect motion of charged molten iron far below the Earth's surface outer core. Consistent bombardment of solar wind compresses the sun facing side of our magnetic field. The sun's facing side, our day side, extends a distance of about 6 times the radius of the Earth. That's how far it extends. The side of the magnetosphere facing away from the sun, the night side of the Earth, stretches out
That's
into
Google.
the stretches out in an immense
That's
magneto.
Google, sir. You're reading
No,
Google.
it's not Google. This is strictly
Bro,
NASA.gov.
that's Google.
It stretches out in an immense, what they call the magnetotail, which fluctuates in length and can
Yeah,
be
that's Google.
measured hundreds of Earth's radii far past the moon's orbit at about 60 Earth radius.
What do you think he's slick? Yeah.
So, again, yes, the magnetosphere has to do with the conditions of outer space and the sun, which is outside of the Earth's atmosphere.
All right,
You've
my
been
turn.
debunked.
My turn, sir. Sounds good.
You've been
This
debunked.
is from NASA.gov. NASA.gov, everyone. Yeah, you underdig it's there. Magnetosphere. I don't know what he talking about. This is why I say, I'm talking about you really got to do some real research, man. Magnetosphere region of the upper atmosphere extending out thousands of miles, dominated by Earth's magnetic field so that charged particles are trapped in it. This has nothing to do with the sun. I
It
don't know
does.
what
What
you're
do you think the
talking about,
charged
buddy.
particles come from? The
Charge
charged
part, sir.
particles.
Sir. Stop talking so you can have an understanding. You understand? Check game, man. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the sun. Once again, you are a charged particle, sir. Literally, you understand? Particles make up solids, liquids, gas, even photons. So what does that mean? Particles combine and join together to make up molecules. You're a molecule. What does that mean? You're a giant particle. So you literally cannot escape this certain region of the upper atmosphere. And on top of that, sir, any material that comes literally right here from the earth is molecules. You understand, man? So that right there is just a giant particle that won't be able to make it out of this here region of the upper atmosphere because it'll what literally be and get trapped in. So go ahead, Jack.
You're conflating a bunch of different things that you have
You're
limited
conflating what I'm
understanding of.
saying, Jack, literally. So go ahead and make a scientific and logical explanation behind everything I just stated.
I just explained it to you, you just weren't listening.
You said nothingness. What's up with it?
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that I said a bunch of
Jack, why you
nothingness.
lying? Why you laughing, Jack? You know you ain't got nothing to say back.
Because I don't need to explain anything else, dude. I just explained it to you. Your mis
What you
your
hollering? Come on,
misunderstanding of what the
bruh.
magnetosphere is leads you to these delusions.
Jack, so you saying you denying your own science that NASA done posted over here on the internet? That's what
No,
you
I'm not
talking.
denying the science that NASA has posted. I'm denying your understanding of it because it's very far from
Well
reality.
then, Jack, show me where it says anywhere behind the magnetosphere that NASA has posted, not your Google you did, but what NASA has posted where it says anything about the sun. You feel me?
Your chat can look this up for themselves. NASA.gov forward
They
slash
not gonna find this.
heliophysics.
This is not gonna pop up as easy as that will. Promise you that.
It's on NASA.gov. They can go straight to it.
Oh, that's cool. But
So
this
can
is too.
you.
This is too, and this right here will debunk you. So
No, you have a small bit of information about what it is. You don't understand how it works, and I just read to you how it works. I just read to you the study.
Sir, once again, all charged particles get trapped in, and on top of that, it reaches immense heat temperature ranges. You got to be able to explain what can literally withstand and go through 40,000 miles of this here immense heat. You think you can do that, Jack?
Do you think that you have a good understanding of how this works? Because
All the way.
you keep spewing
All the
out the
way.
same nonsense every stream.
Then come on with it, man. What you got?
I don't have to repeat myself. I've already read it, and
You
your
ain't got
chat can go
that,
to it
Jack.
themselves, man.
Jack
You can
over
go
here
to it.
reading behind the sun and what they saying behind the sun when Jack don't understand though truthfully and factually and actually the sun is right here in our local atmosphere because they can't explain nor prove that they made it through the magnetosphere. So it's popping, Jack.
But they can, and they have made
Then
it
do it.
outside of the Earth's atmosphere.
Then explain and you feel me prove it right here, right now. Sub with it.
But where do you think the connection from your live's coming from? I assume you're on your phone. If I'm wrong, you're on your computer.
What are you
Th-
are you serious,
those things
Jack?
come from connections through satellites that are in outer space, dude.
Hey Jack, how high up are the satellites?
You tell me, man.
20,000 miles.
20,000 miles.
So Jack, are they in space or are they just up in the upper atmosphere, man?
They're in space. They're orbiting Earth as we speak.
They're in the ionosphere, Jack.
They're in free fall around Earth. They're in
Free
outer
fall.
space.
Jack, they're
Yes.
being held up by giant helium balloons. Are you okay, man? That's made by Google. Go look it
No,
up.
they're not being held up by helium balloons, dude.
Come on, Jack. I got video evidence behind that. Quit playing with it, man.
You have video evidence of a weather balloon,
I
likely.
got video evidence of literally satellites being let up into the sky by giant helium Google balloons. You know this. Stop playing, man. What else
Listen,
you got?
here's a position that you're maintaining, okay? And I'm gonna give you another reason why the whole thing is just absurd. To claim everything here and say that science is a lie and that what they're teaching in school is a lie is to also,
I'm not making no claims, Jack. I'm just proving it. What's popping with it, though, man? What
but you
else you
are
got?
making claims.
Ain't no
You're
claims here.
also,
I'm making proof.
and in doing
You
so,
have nothing but claims behind your ball. Your gravity is literally a claim and a theory still to this day. Black holes are theoretical concepts. Your gravity doesn't have any architectural arrangement nor biological structure behind it to make it seem and even put it into real life existence.
you
So what
don't
is you
need
saying, man?
biological structure to explain gravity.
Sir, demonstrate your gravity to me. Literally. Give me its
I've
body plan.
explained it to
Listen,
you. You just don't
give me
understand
your
it.
gravity's body plan, man, which is biological structure. You know what I'm talking about, man? What's going on? Just give me something
What?
behind.
No, you have biological structure.
I know. I said give me something behind your
Right.
gravity though.
Gravity doesn't have biological structure.
So it don't exist. Thanks.
No,
Anyway,
that's not. No, that is not what that means.
can you think you do you think you can perform gravity to me or give gravity to me? Give me two examples behind gravity. In two different ways, man. But that don't include
Can I
anything that's
perform
made
gravity?
by man. You think you can do that?
Can I perform gravity? What do you mean by this? Can I make things gravitate towards me? Absolutely not. Not the same way the Earth does. I don't have that kind of mass.
No, I said, do you think you can give me two examples of gravity? You know what I'm saying? Behind anything that wasn't made by man.
The moon. I'm
That's
holding my
nothing.
position here. I disagree with the flat Earth model. The moon is not local. It's not floating above the Earth inside of our atmosphere. It's in outer
That has
space
nothing to
and it's
do with
orbiting.
gravity,
It
sir.
is. It does because that's why it's orbiting Earth because of gravity.
One
That's one
second, hold
example.
on. I'll be right back.
Take your time. It's like talking to a brick wall sometimes. Jack is back. Yes, Earth is a sphere, you guys. Welcome back, Jack.
Yeah. What you saying there, Jack?
That's what I said. Welcome back, Jack.
Hey, what's poppin', Jack? What's poppin'?
So you asked me to give you two examples. I gave you one. The second example is the Earth orbiting around the sun for the same laws of physics, gravity.
Jack, you can't prove your gravity exists, Jack. Jack, how do y'all test for gravity, Jack?
How do we test for gravity?
Yeah.
Let me drop something on the out of my hand real quick. Oh, it fell towards the Earth.
What did you drop, Jack? Anything you drop, actually, Jack, you know, is literally made from components that come from the earth, material from the earth, which literally is magnetic to a certain extent. You know that? It's magnetic to a certain extent. Do you know this, Jack?
Yeah, everything has some sort of magnetic property. Yes.
Yeah, and the earth is a giant magnet. You know what I'm talking about? That's literally why it fell.
No, I don't. I disagree. I don't think the Earth's magnetic field has anything to do with why we're held on Earth.
It does all the way, man. What you talking about? You feel me? I mean, you can say nuh-uh all day. You feel me? That's on you, though. You
There's
can say
really,
nothing.
really, really well-known field equations that explain gravity. Now,
Your math isn't mathing. Jack, your
I'd
math
like for
isn't.
you to
Jack, your math
explain.
isn't mathing, Jack.
What are you talking about? Just because you don't understand things like that doesn't mean it's not correct.
Sounds good, Jack. So how did you make it through the magnetosphere then, Jack, with your math?
I didn't make it to the magnetosphere.
I mean,
I'm not an astronaut.
how did they, Jack?
When you're talking about the magnetosphere, which portion are you talking? There are separate sections to Earth's magnetic field. We have a
Talking
magneto's
about the
tail.
magnetosphere, Jack. You heard what I said. Jack, are you Jack? Come on.
Yeah, yeah, but you're mentioning one small aspect, and you're not even talking about how far away this particular part of Earth's magnetic field is.
It stretches out 40,000 miles, Jack. Come on, Jack.
Right now, how high up in the sky is the moon, according to NASA?
They say it's beyond the magnetosphere, Jack, but they can't prove that.
No, it's not beyond the magnetosphere. It's not beyond the magnetosphere. If you would have
Actually,
listened,
they say it is, Jack.
I read it to you earlier. It stretches out in an immense magnetotail, which is part of the Earth's magnetosphere, which fluctuates in length and can
Jack,
be
you
measured
just said the
hundreds of
moon,
Earths.
Jack.
It can be measured
Jack, are
hundreds of
you
Earth's
hey, Jack,
radii far past the
Jack, are
moon's
you able
orbit.
to keep up with what you are saying, Jack? You just mentioned the moon. I'm gonna have to let you down now, Jack, because you don't have time. Yeah, you're being weird now, buddy. Yeah, no. The boy said the moon and then went to the magneto. What? Come on, man. Better keep it
Hey,
100.
Martin.
What's up with it?
Uh, Yeah. I wanted to ask a question. Did you ever held or used a magnet in any way?
Get to your point, Jack.
I need your answer before we can move forward. I mean, if you
Just one.
haven't held a magnet, then you did. I'm guessing you did. Okay. So, how is it that in one case, your case is that we are drawn to the Earth because of magnetic forces. But then if you take something so small, like a very small magnet, and you stick it to your refrigerator door, it is able to, to withstand the pull of the earth, and it doesn't fall to the ground. And how is it that this magnet isn't drawn to us? For example, when I put it on my hand, I don't feel any forces from this magnet, but I do feel the forces of Earth's magnet.
Right, Jack. Jack, didn't you just realize how you said you placed it on another magnetic surface?
No, the refrigerator door is not a magnetic surface. If you take, for example, a fork and try
I
to
mean, my
stick it to the
bad, Jack. I
refrigerator
meant to
door,
say you placed a
it won't
magnetic.
stick there, right?
Jack, I meant to say you placed a magnetic object onto a surface it can stick to, right? Right,
Yeah.
Jack? Yeah.
I
So
took a magnet
Jack,
and attached it to the refrigerator door. It
right? That
sticks.
magnet is magnetic to a certain extent. You know what I'm talking about? So due to
Yeah,
the fact of that, and you just already attached it, and it's already putting its force upon something, how can you expect it to fall when it's magnetic only to a certain extent?
because why doesn't it stick? Why doesn't it stick to us, to my hand, for example?
Because you're
If the
magnetic.
earth is strong enough to stick me in the ground
Can
and
I
not allow me
respond to the
to
question,
jump,
Jack? Would you like an answer?
yeah.
Well, you're magnetic to a certain extent, Jack. The magnet's magnetic to a certain extent, Jack. And do you have a magnet the size of the Earth, Jack?
So you're saying again, just to be clear, you're saying that the earth has a stronger magnetic force than this magnet that I'm holding in my hand. That's why I'm drawn to the ground, but not to this magnet. Is that what you're saying?
Of course, Jack.
Okay. So again, so how is it that if the earth's magnetic force is stronger than the magnet I'm holding, then why when I take a fork, for example, and stick it to this magnet, the fork doesn't fall to the ground if the earth's magnetic force is stronger than this magnet?
You said you stuck it into something, Jack.
I'm holding the magnet and then
You said
I'm
fork,
holding a fork in my hand and
right?
placing the fork near the magnet. The
Mm,
fork will stick to the magnet and not fall to the ground.
okay. So the magnet's sticking to the fork, or the fork sticking to the. Don't you see the whole point there, sir? It's being held. Whole nother force is being played and literally being pushed upon it. So what do you expect to happen? How can it fall
But
when
you
it's
just
being
said
held
that the
up?
Earth's magnetic pole is stronger than
Well, the
this
fork is
magnet. That's why the
magnetic.
magnet stick to.
It is all the way. That's why you come back down to the earth. But sir, the fork is magnetic to a
Yeah.
certain
So why
extent.
does the
Still
fork
talking,
doesn't come
buddy. I'm
back to
giving
the
you the
Earth?
explanation. Why are you speaking? The fork is magnetic to a certain extent. Do you understand this? And by you making it stick to a magnet, you understand? You're literally interfering with the Earth's effect that will play upon the magnet. I mean, that's common sense. I mean, the fork, that's common sense. Like, come on now. Go ahead.
Uh, are you stupid or lying? I just have to understand. Are you that
Are
stupid,
you okay, sir?
or you're just lying? Because nobody can be that stupid. It's
Sir, say
seriously,
it one more time.
unless
You're
you
gonna
have
just
some
get
kind of a
dropped.
mental illness or
We're gonna
something.
see if you hold any logic here. So if it's being held up, right? Held up, right?
What?
It's magnetic to a certain extent. It's all, but it's being held. Literally, it's being held, and it's
What do
already
you mean
magnetic to
certain
a certain.
extent?
Stop talking.
Either it's
Stop talking.
stronger
We're gonna see if you make
or
sense or not.
less strong
We're
than
gonna see if you
something
make
else.
sense. Stop talking, buddy. It's magnetic to a certain extent, but it's being held up by a whole nother, by a magnetic force that's playing upon it already as is. It's magnetic to a certain extent, though. That's the point. Can't forget that. So you expect the Earth to play its part upon this object that's magnetic to a certain extent, but yet a magnet is holding it up. What do you expect to happen? Make it make sense. Go
So
ahead.
why does this magnet doesn't hold me up?
Sir, make it make sense. Go ahead. Or you're the one that's the S word that you was just throwing around. Go ahead.
Okay, again. Let's assume we have two magnets.
Sir,
One
make the
is stronger than
statement
the
I just
other.
said make sense to fit your belief,
It doesn't make any
or
sense.
you are
Everything
the
you
S
said
word that
was
you was just
just
calling me.
rumbling without any sense. Nothing you said was making any sense.
So
Nothing.
that's all you have to say is
Because
nah.
I'm talking about something very, very basic.
So all you have to say
If
is
the
nah.
magnet, if the magnet is stronger than the Earth, then it
Sir,
should pull me up.
sir, all you have
But
to
if
say is
it's
nah.
not stronger than the Earth, then the fork that it's pulling should fall to the ground.
Once again, it's
Unless,
magnetic to a
unless
certain
there's
extent.
another force here that
Are
holds
you
me to
okay?
the ground.
I think you're not too intelligent here, sir. The fork is magnetic to a certain extent. Once again, so sir,
Okay,
you
I'm
have no
gonna go now.
logical
I'm gonna
explanation
go
behind the
now.
statement I
If
made.
you want to
I
do
know
yourself
you
a
are
favor,
because you have no
if you want to
intelligence
do
here.
yourself a favor, search my name on
You,
Google, and then
it's no
you
point,
can
sir.
see
It's no
how much
point. It's no
intelligence I
point.
am or not.
You're none. You're intelligent. What brainwashing and what these people talk? Are you get real, brother? What? What do you expect to happen behind an object that's magnetic to a certain extent that's being held up? You good? Boy, boy. Logic just don't exist in certain minds. Who's next? Flat Earth versus the globe. We're gonna see what's really going on, though.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Is my connection better?
you back
Am I
again,
coming?
bro.
Am I coming out clear?
Nah, you still choppy.
Just a little bit. Hold on. Let me try to get up somewhere. My fault. I stay like in the neck of the woods. Can you hear me perfectly?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can
Okay.
hear
Cool.
you.
Cool. 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 So what I was trying to explain before you had to kick me off. Heat can be measured in three ways, as we all know: radiation, conduction, and convection.
And
In
what is Earth's
space,
electro? What is Earth's electromagnetic field?
okay, you trying to diverge from my point. Let me finish my point. In
And
space,
so,
how you
bro,
measure the
sir,
magnetic sphere.
pause, buddy. Ain't nobody diverging for anything. It has everything to do with what you just said. Or you, come on, bro, stop doing that. I don't know
I'm
what's wrong
trying
with
to
y'all, but we
explain
gonna
to you how they
stop.
measure
Hey,
the
pause, real quick. Pause, pause. We gonna stay on track and make things make sense. You feel me? And make it clear though on everything. Though you feel me? We gonna dissect everything, bro. Get to the bottom of it. You feel me? You said radiation. You in the digging stand. So what is Earth's electromagnetic field? What is it, bro? It's radiation. So go ahead, though.
before I was interrupted. Heat is measured through conduction, convection, and radiation. In order to gather the temperature of the magnetosphere, they have a thermometer that measures the that measures the magnetosphere's the heat that's being radiated, the heat of the radiation. Because there is no conduction, there's no convection without gas particles. With that being said, because there are no gas particles, the heat cannot conduct into physical matter. The way we get past the magnetosphere, even past the thermosphere, is spacecrafts are plated with radiation absorbing padding. I don't know the exact correct term for it, but they have radiation absorbing padding on each spacecraft and each space shuttle. That's how they get past the thermosphere and past the magnetosphere. That also explains as to why, yes, the thermosphere is another hot section of the Earth's atmosphere, but it has no actual physical heat. It's all radiation based heat.
Sorry. Pause for a second. Do your science say, or do they not say, there are pockets of oxygen out in space?
Not of my knowledge.
Yeah, they do. So can you
Where
imagine? This is what your science said. But anyway, sir,
can
can
you
you
pull that up?
imagine, sir? 1 second, sir. Can you imagine, sir, what they say about the magnetosphere? How much oxygen is in the magnetosphere?
There is none. That's physically impossible.
Well, they say there is, sir. And
Heat,
sir, on top of that, do you know how much heat radiation let off?
yeah, it says like that little glyph, that half of a statement you love to throw in everyone's face. Yeah, but again,
Right.
they have they
And the
have they
radi
have procedures and
Right. Let me respond to some of the things you stated, man. 1 second.
uh, so
And the radiation absorbing, little material that you mentioned, do you know the hottest temperature it can withstand?
that's a physical temperature, not a radiation based temperature. It constantly absorbs and distributes the radiation.
So are you
I see
saying
what you're trying to
1 second, sir, pause. Are you saying radiation is a physical?
radiation. No, it doesn't have. You can't touch it.
Sir, are you saying radiation does not have any type of heat source?
It does have a heat source, but it can't conduct. Not normally, like regular heat.
Sir, radiation literally radiates from the earth, does it not?
Not of my knowledge. I can't confirm nor deny. But
It does.
my
Well, it
main
does.
point.
I'm talking still, buddy. I'm still talking. It does. You don't even like you up here trying to talk and stuff, but you don't know certain things. Earth's electromagnetic field is radiation, so that's emitting from the Earth, right?
Okay, yeah.
Common sense. I mean, come on, man. But anyway, though,
Again,
that's what I mean. How y'all? This
are
is what I mean by how I don't get how y'all don't understand, or y'all can't put it together. It's literally all right there. It's your job to put it together.
but I
It emits from Earth, literally. So if this is going on from the Earth, this oxygen, all of this is going on. Like, this is possible. All of this is literally possible to be going on and happening, and it is. So there's a heat barrier, heat range in the upper atmosphere that nobody can cross nor get to.
so it's like Jack said. Earth's magnetic field doesn't come from the Earth; it comes from the core. But my entire point
How
is
does it come from the core? Like
my
you gotta
entire
say that though. You gotta,
point,
you feel me? Explain that part. Don't just say it comes from the core. How? How?
my entire point, which
How
you keep
does it come from the core,
from
sir?
my entire point, you keep
How
trying
does
to
it come from the core,
deflect
sir?
from my entire point, which you keep trying to
You
deflect
ain't
from.
coming back.
My
Comes from the core due to magma, magnetic elements, and static electricity stirring around. There ain't no core. It's all really just flowing beneath Earth's surface. Simple. It's none of what they trying to make it seem nor say. You know what I'm talking about? This is why he wasn't giving no real. Because Buddy knew if he did, he'd be automatically and literally debunked immediately. All of them. I don't know why these people going on and keep trying to push this nonsense. You ain't got no proof behind nothing behind everything you trying to stand for, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ain't no deflection, nothing here, man. Keep it all the way 100, y'all. Prove anything. Where's your gravity? Prove it. Prove your gravity exists. Prove it. I can, man, I can use a sextant. I can use a sextant right here, man, on the flat plains of terrain. Straight up. What you talking about? I don't need nothing y'all try to say people need for a ball. It's because you've been indoctrinated. Don't be mad at me. I'm just a messenger. You feel me? I'm here to let you know it's not what you've been told. That's it. You can't be mad at the fella. It's simple. All of this stuff is easy. I'm just here to let y'all know, man. Earth's not a ball. It's not none of these lies they been telling y'all. That's all I'm doing. Straight up. That's it. I'm letting everybody, you feel me, see it for what it is.
Yo,
What's up with it, man?
yeah. This for the comments. Y'all don't gotta be mad at him. Y'all need to be mad at the world, cause nigga, it ain't motherfucking round, nigga. Yeah, you thought the world was round, didn't you? Yeah, you thought, nigga.
Yo, be up, come on my live doing all that, bruh. Smash that screen, y'all. You feel me, man? Hit the follow button if you ain't followed me by yet. I host these lives, man. Flat Earth versus the globe. You know what I'm saying? Though they have no proof behind any of these lies they presenting and proving. Trying to say they proving to the masses behind this ball. They have no proof. It's all claims. That's it. Literally, they have nothing but theories. What is a theory? It's not a fact. Theories are not facts. So we can't listen nor stand behind any of that. You have no curvature behind your ball. That's being debunked. There is no curvature when they try to say, oh, you see when you look out in the ocean, there's a ship going over. There's no curvature. That ain't got nothing to do with curvature. That has everything to do with temperature fluctuations. Literally. That's what causes distortion. And then there's mixed tides, you know what I'm talking about? And sea mounts in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? The ocean, yeah, waves, tides is crashing into these sea mounts, slightly lifting the ocean. Water things might give you what? Literally, y'all. Give you a shelf of water that stays stagnant for a second, that blocks and obscures your viewpoint. For real. And this is what make a shit look like it's disappearing out in the distance from bottom up. It's all due to this water shelf that's out, before you, that's stagnant slightly in the waters. You feel me, man? That's literally obscuring your viewpoint and temperature fluctuations causing distortion. They lying. It's all lies. All this stuff they pushing and trying to tell the masses, all this is made up nonsense. The truth is right here. It's logical. It's logic. There's warm air over in the atmosphere. There's cool air over the surface of the water. What happens when they intertwine? Distortion. We all know this. It's common sense. Got nothing to do with no dang curvature. What? Stop playing with us, bruh. What? Where's it? Yeah, okay. Cut it out, man. Curvature never existed. Can and will not ever exist. You know what I mean? They talking about they seeing, oh, they pick up gravitational waves through LIGO. Stop playing with us, bro. You know what I'm talking about, man? What's really going on is, man, they picking up a magnetic wave due to the lack of technology here today. You feel me? They ain't able to understand and pick up on the fact that it's actually a magnetic wave. I mean, it's only logical and theoretical in a real way, you know what I'm saying? Keep it 100. Because they ain't never been outside of the magnetosphere, the certain region of the upper atmosphere. So they can't even actually make no claim or even prove ever that there is anything behind their gravity. All you can ever see is magnetic waves. Literally. So what you talking about? Come on, man. You gotta make it make sense. Literally. Then they talk about meteorites and things. Come on, y'all serious? Meteorite is nothing but a giant coil, the ones that you see majority of the time. The other ones that's magnetic, the whole magnetic elements and things, they go beyond the ice walls. Pick up magnetic elements that the people that resides here in these here planes of terrains, you understand me, man? Drop them over their head, you feel me? They think it came from outer space. It did come from outer space, you hear me? You reside in this space. You go out into this space. You went into outer space. They just ain't teaching you yeah, give me that game. But anyway, yeah, it's big difference. It's real. It's more to all of this stuff. You feel me? Straight up, they lying about everything. Nonsense.
How's it, bro?
Popping with it, man.
No, all good, bro. I just have a question just for clarity. Um, why is it possible for people who live in the southern hemisphere, for instance, I live in South Africa, and there are certain stars, constellations that only we can see, and people in the north cannot see? How is that possible if the Earth is flat?
Once again, you said you're here, right? You're like you on one side of the plains of terrains, right?
Yeah, like
I
since
get it. One second, sir. Let me finish talking. You on one side, these people are on one side. You're
yes.
a mass, a cool distance apart by many miles. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, how can you expect for them to see the exact same thing you see when they are so far away?
No, even if people from the northern hemisphere use a telescope, they still see different stars because they're on the different side of the world. Whereas if the Earth is flat, they're supposed to see them if they use telescopes, the stars that are on the southern hemisphere. The only way it's not possible to see that is if the Earth is actually a globe and they actually have to travel and turn to our side to see them.
That's actually due to the fact that the sun, which is local and a lot smaller than what they taught and told you, is in a certain region. And this is why people can see certain stars at night when they look out into a certain distance with a telescope. And then when they look out into the, other, if they paid attention, when they look out into other areas, they can't see certain stars. I wonder why. You can't see them because that's where the sun is literally at that point in time of our night over the flat plains of terrain.
So you're saying if you're in the northern hemisphere and you use a telescope to try and see the stars in the southern hemisphere, you'll actually see the sun.
No, you're not going to be able to see the sun due to atmospheric distortion.
Then why can't then I don't understand
As you get
how
closer to
you're
the
not
light, the more atmospheric distortion starts to kick in.
okay, so you're saying why what did you say why they don't see our stars using a telescope? Because you mentioned the sun. So I thought maybe they see the sun or
They cannot see certain stars due to the position of the sun, which is local and small, which is over certain regions of the plains of terrains. And it doesn't matter what time of the night, but whichever way they're looking, whenever they can't see stars in a certain direction, it's because that's the sun is actually out in the distance, up above the plains of terrains, emitting its light.
Mm. I'm sorry. Uh, I don't know. I think I'm lagging, or there's a problem with my network, or I'm not sure if it's yours.
I don't know. It's storming over here. Who knows? But yeah, it's all due to the sun. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where it's at.
Hello?
I can hear you. It's all due to the sun's location. Where it's located, moving around the plains of terrain. That's what it all comes down to, though. But I'm gonna let the next guest up, man.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can. All right, man. You be careful out there. Flat Earth versus the globe. What's popping?
Right.
What's going on, man?
So explain if NASA is lying to us when the billionaires went into space and shot pictures of the Earth and you see the curvature and you see that it's a globe. You think the billionaires are lying too?
Anybody can do that with a fisheye lens.
No, they ain't using the fisheye lens because everybody close to them is normal.
So all you got to say is nah
They're showing the Earth
with a fisheye
as a
lens.
globe,
Cool. And
and
then they.
you're seeing the land masses.
But look though, Rick, check game, man. On top of that, though, you have to dig and stand. How did they even make it through the magnetosphere?
They shot the rocket up through there.
Right. What was that rocket made of, man? What material? You feel me? What was that rocket? You feel me? Composed of, though. You know.
You don't think a rocket can go into space?
I mean, due to the fact there's a certain region of the upper atmosphere that nothing can literally make it through because it'll just melt away. So, I
They
mean,
just did it. They did it.
from what I've seen, sir, I've seen something go up and just come back down. Didn't even make it up, as high as the moon.
No,
On it, though.
no. The billionaires went around the Earth 3 times. They
Yeah,
orbited Earth three. They made 3 orbits around the Earth,
yeah, that's possible. Within the ionosphere, that's possible.
and it showed the globe, and you could see the land masses as it went around the globe.
It showed you a fisheye lens. I'm talking about, man.
No,
It was
no,
moving
no, no
around a
fish
flat plane.
island.
It's my turn to respond. It's my turn. It's my turn, Rick. They showed you, you feel me, the flat plains of terrains through a fisheye lens. You understand? Because they can't even make it through the magnetosphere to even prove that they can make it up out of here. This is why your gravity is still a theory to this day, man. You got to understand it far beyond that the real way. Otherwise, you're just Dunning-Kruger yourself.
So even if let me say this: if the Earth is flat, what's holding us to the ground?
Electromagnetics, man. You know what I'm talking about?
So
Electromagnetism.
why
So that
can't?
we literally, you have magnetic elements flowing through your veins. The Earth is a giant magnet. Everything here on Earth, come from Earth, is magnetic to a certain extent.
Okay, so let's call gravity magnetic.
Gravity doesn't exist. We won't call it that. We just gonna call it electromagnetism. You feel me, Rick?
So why can't that work as a globe?
Oh, because man, without your gravity, you would just fall off.
Well, what's stopping you from falling off a flat?
It's
You think?
flat. It's
It,
flat. You feel me?
yeah, but what?
You feel
There's
me?
still no up or down. There's
Cause it's
still no up or
flat,
down.
Jack.
You think?
Jack, did you
Huh?
pick up on the fact that it's flat, Jack? Did you pick up, Jack?
I don't understand your question.
It, it's flat. You feel me? Well, I mean, what more do I need to
Yeah,
say?
but there's still no up or down, even if it's flat.
But we got mountains. You feel me? We
You,
got
you think?
levees.
You
We
think
got we
it's?
got hills. We
You
got
think
hills
it's?
and stuff. What you talking about, Jack?
That's why I'm asking what holds us down.
See,
What makes you think?
without gravity on your ball, you know what I'm talking about, Rick? You would literally just fall off and
No,
supposedly
we'd have
float
the
out into
same
space. But
magnetic.
you
We'd
wouldn't
have
even
the
be able to
same
make it out
magnetic
into space,
field.
Rick, because you just melt away due to the magnetosphere, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Because it's so hot. You feel me? You would just disintegrate. So it's like, wow.
What's what makes you think that? Well, wait a minute. I don't know how to word this.
Go ahead, take your time. Go ahead, Rick.
Um, if we're just a disc
No,
floating,
we not a disc, though. You feel me? We ain't no disc.
well, what are we? You're showing a disc. That map behind you shows a disc.
This no, see, this is just this region, though. You feel me, Rick? This is just this region. It's a lot more to all of this. This is just a little small portion. This is, this
Prove
man,
that.
it's minute. It's
Prove
minute,
that.
Rick. Huh?
Prove that.
Man, you ever heard of 178 Terra Infinita?
Who?
178 Terra Infiniski.
I think that's my mom's prison number.
Sheesh. You funny, huh, Rick? Rick think I'm funny. Boy got jokes, man. Okay.
I don't understand.
Rick though, look though, you feel me? You see all this Ricky? Rickery. My boy Ricky. Ricky, look, you right here though, you feel me? Is where you at, Risky. You know what I'm talking about? See, this is outer space, Rick, that they be trying to teach you and tell you about, Rick. This outer space. You
Now
go
where did this picture come from?
this one, look, Rick, come on, you gotta keep up, you feel me? Look, you see what's above my head, broski? Yeah, come on, man. I
So this
just
picture
said
is
it.
taken from outer space.
Nah, come on, Ricky. Come on, my boy. This 178 Terran
All
Infinity.
right,
You
you
know what
asked
I'm
me
saying?
about the globe. I'm
Yeah,
asking you about the flat Earth.
it's all
Where
good. You
did you
feel me?
get this picture from?
But Rick, check game though. You see
Where was
that?
this
That's
picture taken
Rick.
from?
Rick, that say the land of Jupiter. You see that? Rick? Whoa, what? Oh my! But check
Of
game, Rick.
what?
Rick, look at that, bro. That say lands of Venus. You feel me though? Sheesh. Hey, Rick.
So,
Hey man, say man. They try to say the Anunnaki come from outer space. You feel me? Man, look at that land. The Anunnaki lands. Rick, you see that, bro? Sheesh.
so
What's
where'd they
going
come
on
up
with
with that
this?
at?
Huh?
Where'd they come up with that at?
Oh, this just came from a fella, you know what I'm talking about, man, from back in the time and things. Yeah, man, I resurfaced, you feel me, man, when the times when everybody was okay and was allowed to go beyond the ice walls and come back and things. Yeah, somebody found this here
Go
story, man,
beyond the ice
just pushed
walls.
it out there.
So
We
how come?
publishing it.
So how come
Yeah.
nobody in recent history has been beyond the ice walls?
I just told you, you feel me, before the times, you feel me, you know what I'm saying. But when they, started stopping the people and things from going beyond and coming and things like that, you know what I'm saying, man.
There's
This
nothing
fella already
stopping you
had
from
did
going
all that.
beyond.
What's up with it?
They've done lifted the bans of going to the South Pole.
That ain't
You
got
can go
nothing to do with
anywhere
the
you
ice
want to
walls.
go.
It ain't got nothing to do with Summer Gate though, Rick. You feel me, man? All the way though. Y'all understand that in a real way. But check game, Rick. Yeah, man. This is why you feel me. You gotta make just understand this. How can every country come up with an alliance behind proclaim to be Antarctica, but they still been at wars? They've been in wars to, at each other necks though, man. Ever since, like this don't make no sense, Rick. How does that make sense to you?
I'm trying to make sense out of what I see behind you.
That's cool, Rick. Well, I'm gonna let the next guest up then, Rick. You know what I'm saying? We've been chatting for a
Well,
minute. You understand the deal? Yeah, man. We've been
can you
talking
not
about
answer
the
this
guys.
my question then?
What's poppin'?
how did they get this picture if they weren't in outer space and have this?
Oh, Rick, because man, there's actually another dome that you don't know about though, called the Great Dome. You know, the dig stand me, and they went beyond these here land spans and went up kind of high. You
Okay,
feel me,
bye.
man? Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Oh, good show,
Yes,
ski
man.
Ricky. It's Gucci, man. It's Gucci. Yeah, you feel me? It's called the Great Dome, dog. On everything.
Finally,